Watching it end again and again. I feel it in waves, you follow me, drifting to places I should leave. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Nemesis Gaming League action. We're back at it here, and we are going to be revealing the players of the week on this one, as we're back for week number 4 already, which is kind of crazy here. I'm Rockerman, joined by the one and only Merely Mental, back in the booth. Merely, how's it going on this fine Monday evening?
Going fantastic, as good of a Monday as you could ask for. We're going to get some Rocket League going. We're going to congratulate some people on having an outstanding performance last week. Things are going good.
Yeah, things are going good, and yeah, we do got some players to congratulate for their performances last week. So let's take a dive here in this one. This time, provisional is not listed as NA. So we got provisional players. They had their first week of the regular season this past week. So let's give a couple of shout outs to some people who made it on our list. There were quite a few of them, actually, making some good performances. We've got NJ from the Goats, Lasagna Man from the Jesters, who we'll see later, Crispy Waves from the Bald Raiders, Green Sensei, Cal from the Jesters making on here, Abe, Griffin, Z-Burns, Angel, Savage, Django's, Joestar, and Bradish all making their way on the list, but they did not win the Player of the Week award. Those are all the players that didn't win it, but they gave it a good effort. The player that did win this, and hopefully I do not butcher this name, I think it's Smile RTJE. Simul, that's what I'm going with. Smile gets the Player of the Week here. He's on Dissonance, so I'm sure we'll know very shortly if we messed up his name. But Smile is taking home the Player of the Week for Dissonance. A huge performance this week, going absolutely crazy. 1.38 goals per game, 1.50 saves, shooting over 55% there, and averaging a cool almost 420 on the score. So definitely deserved there. Congrats to Smile on taking the Player of the Week for the first ever Player of the Week, merely for the Provisional League.
Oh, yeah, huh? Oh, big congrats there. Provisional League starting off strong. You love to see it. With that said, we will head into the Novice League, where we had some pretty tight competition here, but there were a couple of standout players. Just to give a quick shout out to a player whose name I'm about to probably butcher as well, Kusai. There's an X in there somewhere. I'm not really sure how that fits into the pronunciation, but I'm just going to call him that for now. I see the Chef was up there popping off, Fushiguru. There were a couple people who had really good weeks. I see C Money up there, but didn't quite get enough games. You gotta play at least 5 games to make it into potential, or 6 games, to make it into the running. See Twisted Hydro up there, Rooney himself from Genesis. A lot of good contenders, but this player, bit standout. It was close between him and Kusei, both with over 500 score. But I think he edged out the department just a little bit in the individual stats categories, and that player is Dre from the Kiwis with 1.67 goals per game, 1.17 assists, and 1.17 saves. All around, had a phenomenal performance and definitely deserving of this one.
Okay. Definitely. And the Kiwis have been popping off, and Dre has been a huge part of that. Congratulations. This is a close one. 500 score a game for this young lad there and averaging over one in every category. So just an insane performance this week for him. So shout out to him. And let's move along to the Prospect League, where we had some more crazy performances out here. I guess not as crazy as when we get to Challenger, which we'll talk about, but some top performers on the list here. We got Bora Bora. I have no idea who that is. Do not recognize the name at all, but they're on here. Blessed from the Banshees is on there. OK Tiny, Origin Legend out there. Dukes, Dreams, Mealy, your what do you call it, doppelganger out there on Ember, making some moves up there. You got Wolfie also on there. But the winner for Player of the Week is going to go to Air Sweeney from the Blackhawks. The man went insane. Another nuclear week here from him as he went 1.44 goals per game, almost 60% shooting, over or an assist per game and over a save per game as well. So the man went crazy. Shout out to Eric Sweeney, been around for a while and getting a Player Week award there for Prospect.
A big congrats to Eric Sweeney there. The Prospect League was kind of insane, but holy cow, this Challenger League. There was four players. There was four players technically with over 600 score per game. A couple of them didn't meet the games requirements, but I can't go without shouting out Dolphin Puck, who only played 3 games. So one series, it was a sweep, but managed to average 782 score per game, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Even if it's not for the whole week, only for one series, that's some big numbers up there. Other honorable mentions, we got Juicy Leaf out here. We've got a couple other. Sorry, just scrolling down. A lot of players with high score, but not enough games, unfortunately. We got Egg Dip, Blueberry, a lot of food names here I'm seeing. We got Davi and Hypnotic up here, but this one had to go to the one, the only, Jeffrey with the exclamation point. He managed to pop off with 661 average score per game. Just simply ridiculous. 1.62 goals, 1.38 assists, and almost 3 saves per game at 2.88. I don't know what happened in the Challenger League this last week, but it was a bloodbath.
I don't know what they're feeding them really. Who knows? But I don't think that's quite a record for most average score in one week, but it's pretty close up there. Actually, I was just looking, I just scrolled back a little bit. Mayo had 672 last season in week 8, so not quite the best, but that's one of the better performances. A newbie on the Pies making his name known, and a big reason why the Pies may be turning things around a little bit here. So shout out to Jeffrey, and we'll move on to the Rival League, where another spicy league here for the Rival League. Always some good banter between these guys. So let's get through with the shout outs. Shout out to LSM, the goated Hydra sub. Now was on Knights this past week. I'm not sure if he's still on Knights. I know there's a few roster changes, but popped off this week there. To Shega. Well, actually, he didn't quite meet the game requirements, so unfortunate. But Isaac's on here. Magma, a Nemesis legend, is up there. Squintle from Rival. Shout out to him. Valence also making his way onto this list as well. But the winner is going to go to another person who's been around in Nemesis for a little bit from Distortion. It is going to go to Botsy04 there, who had an insane week. This man dropped 1.86 goals per game this past week. So the man went absolutely insane. 460 average score as well. So definitely deserving of the Player of the Week award. And good to see him finally take one there. And congratulations to him.
And last but not least, as always, we're heading into the Titan League, where things are always the most competitive, and sometimes the scores actually surprise me, because it's not easy to rack up high scores against players this good. Once again, some honorable mentions. I see Mad Max up there. We got to watch him have some success on stream last week. I see Aura, Insanity, a bunch of well-known players up here. I see Arrow even down there. Had a pretty good week last week. But this one is going to have to go, actually, to Nuggy on Inferno. I'm actually not super familiar with this player, but he had a great week. 532 average score, 1.33 goals, 1.33 assists, and 1.5 saves as well. So Inferno maybe turn around a little bit with 100% win, double sweeps last week.
Yeah, definitely a huge performance. And I got to shout out Nuggy because I just confirmed my suspicions were right. I thought this was 10-piece Nugget from last season on Spartans, and it is. So that's where we recognize Nuggy. Went a little bit shorter on the name this time around. So not 10-piece Nugget, but Nuggy now on Inferno. And definitely a great performance. And they're taking that one home. So congratulations. These are your Player of the Week winners. We got Nuggy from Inferno, Botsy from Distortion, Jeffrey from the Pious, Air Sweeney from the Blackhawks, Dre from Kiwis, and Smiler TJE. I don't know. Now I'm throwing the R in there. Smiler TJE from Dissonance there for the professional, who we will see very shortly here. And before we send merely to the Shadow Realm, shout out to Velatech for the 3-month resub. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. A big shout out and ups to him there. So that being said, merely take care. Good having you on the Player of the Week.
I will now disappear into the void until about 9:30 EST. Goodbye, everyone.
There we go. All right, we'll see merely later. But now we got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Puggles. We've been relegated to provisional Puggles yet again. They only let us cast the provisionals because we are so good, So we're back. We're back casting some provisional action as we have Dissonance taking on Jesters here. Puggles, how you doing? How you feeling about being relegated to some more provisional